In a palace where every step is measured, every title steeped in centuries of meaning, one young royal walks the line between anonymity and destiny. Lady Louise Windsor, once merely a footnote in the grand narrative of the British monarchy, now stands quietly at the threshold of a decision that could alter both her future and the shape of the royal family itself. While she remains styled as Lady Louise, an intentional choice made at her birth, the whispers now echo louder than before. Could she, and perhaps should she, become Princess Louise? In a royal household adapting to unprecedented shifts, this question carries more weight than it might first appear. It is not just about a title. It is about duty, symbolism, and the future of the crown itself. Before we dive in, there's something I need to share with you. Over the past few days, thousands have watched these stories unfold, but most haven't subscribed. If you're one of them, I invite you now to join us. Subscribe to Crownverse so you never miss the next chapter in this unfolding royal history. Louise Alice Elizabeth Mary Mountbatten Windsor was born in 2003, the first child of Prince Edward and Sophie, now the Duke and Duchess of Edinburgh. From the beginning, their parents made an unconventional decision, one that now feels increasingly relevant in the conversation around the monarchy's future. Although Lady Louise was, by right, as the granddaughter of Queen Elizabeth II through the male line, entitled to be styled Her Royal Highness Princess Louise of Wessex, her parents declined the use of that title. The reasoning was clear. They wanted her to grow up as normally as possible, free from the pressures and expectations that royal titles inevitably bring. She would be known simply as Lady Louise, a choice aligned with a monarchy trying to appear more modern, more restrained, and more relatable. That decision was made over 2 decades ago, under a different monarch in a different royal atmosphere. Today, under the reign of King Charles III, the winds have shifted. The family has contracted. The workload, once spread across a wider circle of cousins, is increasingly concentrated among a small core: the King, Queen Camilla, the Prince and Princess of Wales, and Princess Anne. With Prince Harry and Meghan Markle having stepped away, with Prince Andrew removed from public duties, and with questions hanging over the long-term roles of younger royals like Princess Beatrice and Eugenie, a vacuum quietly forms. And within that vacuum, a name like Lady Louise suddenly rises in relevance. As she grows into adulthood, Lady Louise has earned a reputation for poise, intellect, and discretion. She studied English at the University of St. Andrews, the same institution that educated Prince William and Princess Catherine. She has been seen at royal events, not frequently, but with increasing presence. She was present at the Platinum Jubilee, the state funeral of Queen Elizabeth II, and the coronation of King Charles III. And while she remains outside the official list of working royals, her composed demeanor and low profile have sparked admiration among royal watchers and the public alike. It is in this context that rumors, still unconfirmed, still speculative, begin to surface. Has King Charles offered her the opportunity to accept the title of princess? Would such a title be symbolic only, or might it signal an eventual entry into public royal service? And what would it mean, in this age of transparency and transformation, for a young woman raised in relative privacy to step into the formal spotlight? To understand the weight of such a decision, one must first understand what a royal title represents. Titles are not merely ceremonial. They're historical markers of duty, lineage, and visibility. For centuries, the royal family has used titles to define the pecking order within the House of Windsor and to demarcate who is expected to serve the crown and who is not. But that tradition is now under revision. King Charles has made no secret of his desire to streamline the monarchy. He envisions a royal family that is smaller, more efficient, and less expensive to the taxpayer. It's an approach that resonates with a public increasingly skeptical of royal privilege. And yet the crown must still function. It must still attend, represent, and console. It must show up in hospitals, at schools, at military ceremonies, and across the Commonwealth. That work, once shared among a wide array of royal cousins, is now carried by fewer shoulders. And so the question arises: Could Lady Louise help shoulder that burden? Supporters of the idea point to her upbringing. She was raised without the trappings of entitlement. She is known to be an avid equestrian, deeply respectful of her late grandfather, Prince Philip's legacy, and deeply grounded thanks to her mother Sophie's conscious efforts to prepare her for life beyond the palace. She would be known simply as Lady Louise, a choice aligned with the monarchy trying to appear more modern, more restrained, and more relatable. What complicates matters further is the precedent. Prince Edward and Sophie's second child, James, now holds the title Earl of Wessex. Upon his father's elevation to Duke of Edinburgh, James inherited the courtesy title previously held by Edward. But, like his sister, he was raised without the style of HRH. In 2020, Sophie revealed in an interview that her children could decide for themselves when they came of age whether they wished to assume royal titles. So far, neither has done so. But the fact that the choice exists and that it has not yet been taken suggests that the matter remains open. Could that be changing now? As King Charles settles further into his reign, as public trust in the institution fluctuates, and as the monarchy seeks to define its post-Elizabethan identity, there may be a new imperative. Not to swell the royal ranks, but to strengthen them. To bring forward a generation that reflects both the past and the future. And perhaps in that mission, Lady Louise has a role to play, if she chooses it. For what is known for certain is that no official confirmation has been issued from the palace. No statement has declared that she is now Princess Louise. But neither has the door been closed. The media speculates, as it always does. Royal commentators debate the likelihood, and the public, increasingly interested in the younger generation of Windsors, watches closely. And so a silent decision hangs in balance, not dictated by scandal or necessity, but by values, by what kind of monarchy Lady Louise believes in, and by what kind of life she wants to lead. In that quiet calculus lies the heart of the modern royal dilemma. Can one be royal and yet private? Can one serve the crown but escape the spotlight's scorch? For now, Lady Louise remains where she has always been. Poised between two worlds, a daughter of the realm, yet untouched by its full weight. A young woman with a title waiting in the wings, and a future only she can choose. The monarchy, for all its grandeur, is ultimately shaped not by thrones, but by choices like these, personal, quiet, and profound. And if the moment comes, if we do one day hear an official announcement or see a shift in how she is styled, let it be understood not as a whim of protocol, but as the result of a generation stepping forward, not into the past, but into a monarchy being reshaped in real time. If you found this exploration thought-provoking, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Crownverse, where royal history isn't just remembered, but examined, where tradition meets transformation, and where the crown is always more than just a symbol.